50 stop.
Oh man, welcome to and it's a special edition of the Creators World podcast where we are specifically talking about the creation and now the distribution of the Valley song. My name is Justin Reeves. I am one of the writers of the song, and we have with us the amazing background vocalists that were a part of the recording, whether they knew it was a recording or not. But they were the initial singers, and these are the voices that you hear. So we have singing soprano, Shayna Lockhart, singing alto, Tandela Lomax, singing alto as well, Kristen Herring, Dr. Kristen Herring, and Dr. Jocelyn Lockhart as tenor, and Ali Foster, I'm sorry, who also sang soprano as well. And you guys have already met the amazing musicians who brought it to life. They were in our past episode, which turned into multiple episodes because they had a lot to say, which is rare because if y'all know them, they don't really talk a whole lot, but they did today. So we're going to see how the background vocalists do today. So before I get started, I like to give people the opportunity to ask me a question because I don't want to be doing all this talking. So we will start with Shayna. We already know I have an idea of what her question is going to be, but I've asked them to prepare a question for me. So let's go on. Miss Lockhart, what's your question?
Sugar on grits?
Yeah.
Why? Why sugar on grits?
Hannah,
So
really?
Yeah, really. Like seriously. Like no butter, no salt, no cheese.
there is butter,
Sugar?
there can be cheese, there's a little salt, but also sugar. So my
That's a lot.
parents are from it is a lot. My parents are from Arkansas, and my mom growing up, my mom was a nurse, so she's still a nurse, but she was working nights. She was working labor and delivery nights, and my dad worked a traditional like 9 to 5. So they would see each other and me in passing in the morning. So when I got to the point of eating solid food, this is the story. I don't. They both say the same story. I don't remember obviously, but my mom would fix me grits in the morning, but her where she's from in West Memphis, they don't put sugar in their grits. So they just do like the salt, the butter, sometimes cheese or whatever. So one day, I think she said it was like, I don't know, whatever day of the week, my dad cooked me grits that morning. But he's from Forest City, Arkansas, and they put sugar in their grits. So as a child, if you introduce someone to sugar, that makes like generally they like the sugar. So my mom said tells a story as the next day or whenever the next time she made me grits, I didn't eat them. And so she, as a mother, she was like, what's happening? Like, is my child okay? Because he was just eating I think she said it was like the previous week. Like he was just eating this. Is he reverting back? Like, is he okay? She's a labor and delivery nurse, all the things. So she's trying to make sure that it's fine. And she's like, I made the grits the same. Like, what's wrong? And apparently she said, like, I pushed it away. I just like turned my face to it. I spit them out. Like I did not want them. Again, I don't know. But she said that she was like perturbed by it, didn't know. I think like 2 days went by and she saw me eating grits from my dad. She was like, "Oh, Tony, he doesn't eat those." And he was like, "Yes, he does." And so, long story short, she was like, "Why does he?" Then she was like, "Why does he eat grits from you and not me and whatever?" And then she said, "Tony, did you put sugar in them grits?" And he was like, "Yeah, I made them like how I eat them." And she was like, "You messed up my child." So from that time on, she always says that my dad ruined me as a child. So that is why sugar and grits. So the real answer is my dad, Tony Reed. So the next
Mr.
time you
Tony.
see him, you can look at him. It's
I
him.
will have to agree you were ruined.
I agree. I'm gonna
I
have to
agree.
talk to him about it.
You
Really,
can.
Kristen? That- What sugar? No,
Well, what
no.
does Brian eat? Where's Brian? He was.
He salt and butter. That's it. That's
This
the
is
American way. I don't know this sugar. I don't know what's happening.
Well,
there's
there's
So
that.
some version of the American way. But anyway, okay. But now everyone knows the actual story of why. That it wasn't just I did it as an older. My dad, one parent instilled it. And I've tried it without sugar with like during fast and stuff like that. It just it's not right. Now I can do my dad did oatmeal with sugar. Now I can do oatmeal without sugar, but I just can't do grits without it.
eating oatmeal without sugar. Now that's what you need to add sugar to.
Agreed.
Wait,
Like some brown sugar, a little cinnamon.
Yes.
I can do
That
that.
make a
So
little
during
sense.
during the fast, I'll eat oatmeal and just I'll live off of oatmeal. But anyway, all right. So Kristen, what's your question?
Okay, first of all, Marley isn't here with me. He's snoring very loudly. It's not me. Just FYI. Okay,
Let's say
so
Kristen gonna need a CPAP machine. We
yeah,
need to know what's going on.
it's not me. Okay, so my question is: so you do a lot, right? Like you are the assistant worship leader, right? You do stuff at church, right? Tour manager, production, writing songs. Okay, if you could only choose one thing to do forever, rest of your life, you cannot do any of the other things again. Which one thing would that be, and why?
That's a good question. Let me do a process of elimination. Think out loud. I wouldn't do tour management because you always have to be away from your house. So I think that's a like you miss a lot of stuff. So I think that would be the reason I wouldn't pick that one. I wouldn't pick songwriting because I don't think I'm that good of a songwriter. We've got like a couple, and I don't really know that. That seems like a sketchy career. Uh, I would probably say I would say an event producer, but like a local event producer, so that I don't have to like, hopefully one day I have a family, so like I wouldn't have to miss out on my family type of thing. Like I wouldn't be too far away, and missing out like long weekends or missing out big events or whatever. So I probably would pick that.
Okay, cool.
All right, Tandela.
How do you keep endurance during your valley season?
Wow, we're supposed to do lighthearted questions.
Say that.
Um, so I've been reading Second Corinthians 4 lately, and it starts at like verse 7, and it says like we have this treasure in jars of clay to show forth the surpassing power of Jesus Christ. So I think it reminds me that we are simply just vessels of clay, which are beautiful things, ornate things, amazing things, but also easily broken, and also easily malleable if you put back on the potter's wheel. And then right after that, that's where the whole passage, and I get confused every time. Like we're perplexed but not dismayed, cast down, but it's the different versions. I don't know. Sometimes I read ESV, sometimes King James. I don't know. I get them messed up. But basically, like there's a bad thing, but it doesn't overtake you each time. So I think just reminding of that fact that um, the bad things are going to happen, but they don't overtake us. And that was written by Paul, who was like boiled alive at times, stoned, beaten up, like grossly misfigured. So like if he could write that, then surely I can endure people not buying tickets in a timely fashion. Hint, hint. But yes. And last, but certainly not least, Jocelyn.
Justin, anybody who knows you knows that you are very organized. As the assistant director of the worship department, you are organized to my demise. Could you give us one or two strategies for following up and staying on top of things? How do you do that?
Ooh,
Like, what are the
scheduled
two
messages.
things that you can't live without? Scheduling messages.
Scheduled
Okay, when do
messages.
you write the initial message? Are you
2 o'clock in the morning.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
This is my answer though. My name is Justin. But probably, yeah. My brain really gets to thinking about 9:30 p.m. and onward. And normally really shuts down around like 2:30. I can force it earlier because obviously I got to go to work, or have to get up for work, I should say. But normally I learned that when I was sending messages that late at night, sometimes people would wake up in the middle of the night or they would read it first thing in the morning. So they're not really thinking, they're not really lucid, right? So learning to schedule it like at 8, 9, or 10. So scheduling messages is one. And another thing, just using your like a notes app of choice. So whether it's a journal, whether it's the actual notes app on the iPhone, or Google Docs, like whatever, Microsoft, whatever like thing it is, to just have a stream of consciousness. Because a lot of times the answers you need, you've already written down at some point. And so when people are always with maybe like when they're stuck or like, I don't know what to do. I have writer's block, or I don't have any ideas, or like, or I don't remember that conversation. I don't remember what they said. Like, if you write stuff down, like it's normally there. Like, there have been several things I found years later or like months later of conversations that like are just there. So scheduled messages and my notes app are probably
I
big.
appreciate that.
Yeah. So yeah,
because I'm not going to do it, but I think that that's great. I'm not organized like that.
but you lead very well. So
Hallelujah. Because I keep myself surrounded by people like you.
and we appreciate it. So speaking of leading, the song says, "You can lead me, but please don't leave me. I will go, long as you're always there. Goodness and mercy follows me. You're the good shepherd." So when I wrote this song, if you're watching this as the first installment or however you're seeing this, the song is currently called the Valley Song. I feel like it needs a better name, but right now that's all we got. And it might be in parentheses Shayna's song because she really loves this song. And she's also a huge encouragement to continue to like, even sing it and push forward for the song. But that was the chorus. And I remember writing it in the parking lot of Sonic on 17 at about 11:30 at night. It was not a Sonic closes at 11. So it was one of the nights that I was getting ready to like get to work on things, but like the ideas weren't flowing. Like it just was not a very happy time for me. So I was hungry. So one thing I don't want to be is angry and hungry. So we could fix one of the initial problems. And so the only thing that was really open that late at night is Popeyes, Taco Bell, or Sonic, or like the gas stations like Wawa, Royal Farms, or whatever. And I didn't really want all the grease from the other things, even though Sonic is kind of greasy too. But I figured I can get like a slush, some tater tots, and some popcorn chicken. So went to Sonic, then drove to the Geico parking lot and started riding. But then the police was there, so that made me leave. So I went back to the Sonic parking lot, and that's where I just was like, Lord, I don't really know what's going on right now. Like, I'm not happy. This, like, I feel like I'm doing stuff for you, but you're not doing anything for me. I'm currently questioning your character. I feel like I got to ask all the questions that Job asked plus more. But yeah, so then I came up with that chorus. But my question for you all is, what line or lines stuck out for you all to this in the song?
Oh, that's good. I think for me, you can lead me, but please don't leave me. Like, please don't leave me. I feel like no matter what I do, I always want the presence of God to be with me. And like, if he's not in it, then I don't want it. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be trying to force something that's not for me. And so like, please don't leave me, Jesus. Don't leave me. No, but then like I think back to like David and Psalm talking about creating me a clean heart, renew a right spirit. Whatever you do, please don't take your spirit from me. That's how I feel. So that's like my line in the song. I love the song.
Okay.
I think I'll say, like, just the very first one, right? Sometimes I wonder. That's how it starts, right? Sometimes I wonder. Yeah.
I often wonder. Yeah.
I often wonder. Yeah. What
I don't even know the words half the time anyway, so you're good.
I often wonder what kind of Lord our shepherd is, right? Like, just off top, right? Just that question. I think like that's an interesting way, right, to start a song. And I mean, it's just it's a common place that I think a lot of people are and probably don't want to say. So I think, yeah, like that's what kind of stuck with me just off the rip.
Okay.
I would say for me, it is there is hope for you in the valley. There's peace for you in the valley. I can trust you, Lord. Now I have found you to be good. I think it's something that we need to proclaim and also remind ourselves that there is hope, that there is peace, that he has did it before, he'll do it again. He is the same God. It may be new situations, new characters and stuff like that, but a valley is going to come, but he'll be with you and then he'll help you get out of it.
That's the line I was going to say, Tandela. I think the Just the end of it though. Now I have found you to be good. Emphasis on now. The song is about reflection. Like you got to sit and think about. Like it's pensive. It's the same line. It starts with you're thinking clearly. But when anytime you reflect on God, you're gonna land on the fact that He is good, the fact that you are able to think, the fact that you are able to consider and reflect. And so now I have found you to be good. And then at the end, when we get to rapping it in my church boy mind, somebody's running somewhere. My wife talks about the click track, all in our heart, right? Because now I have found you to be good. In addition to proclaiming it, you are excited about it. And it's like, even though I'm in this valley, who knows what is going to happen, I know that you're good, right? And so that's the part of the line that makes the biggest impact on me.
Somewhere along the line, there will be a more churchy version at that end because our MD also felt that it could go a different way.
He loves the click track.
He does love it. He does love a click track. I'm gonna tell you now, it's not gonna be with me. Somebody else gonna sing that part because you need someone like one of the funniest things Kristen's ever said to me is that she's like, because it was youth sustained by Transformation Church, and she was like, yeah, somebody else got to do this ending part because I don't have a Baptist holler in me. And I said, you know what? I too do not have that. Know your vocal abilities. Stay within them lanes. So somebody else, hopefully, if you're watching this, if you want to come on, sure. Let's
bring your holler with you.
Right, because I don't have it. Jocelyn has it, but we use him a lot. So in terms of this process, right? So I send you a voice memo. I think I sent you the voice memo, but because there was a member of the group that had a Droid, the voice memo didn't actually send properly. So, more reason to have uniformity and all have iPhones. But anyway, when we were in that situation, you guys literally heard it for the first time when we were practicing it. Like, so if you can remember back to like the process of like learning this brand new song, because I think it's one thing to learn like a song that exists, right? Like you've got covers, you got whatever, but there wasn't we were making the harmonies ourselves. You just had a melody, like that was it. And it was scratch vocals at that. So how did you, if you remember your thoughts, your feelings, your like emotions, like how were you guys feeling at that time when you were like, here's a song, now we're gonna sing it in 2-3 weeks, and it's brand new, by the way. Oh, and you are the alto part, you are the soprano part, you are the tenor part. There is no reference, you are the reference.
Oh, that's good. I think for me, I was excited. Because you get to have like creative liberty in how you present a part. Like oftentimes, the parts are already created. There's already an ideal for that song, or like an intended like feel for it. And so us being a part of that process really made me happy. It was a new experience. And then I think back to just the engagement, like you engaging us in that process. I felt like, oh my God, I'm so special. I mean, you're like a brilliant mind. And so you usually come to the table with everything like organized and lined out. And so for you to bring it to the group and it's like, okay, y'all like sing along and create your parts. It was like, oh my God, I felt honored. Yeah, it was fun.
The honor was truly mine. You said you were stressed?
Yes. Because I wanted it to be right. Like,
and you can see it on Jocelyn's face.
Like seriously, like in addition to feeling like, oh God, he is asking us to like come up with stuff. I was like, Lord, I need this to be right, Jesus. I'm not trying to mess up the man's vision, right? Like it's just, exactly. And so once we got, and then we kind of picked it up quick. Like it was not like I've been a part of creative processes that can become laborious. Like, okay, I'm out. I can't. Come back to me when you all get it together. But it wasn't that at all. And we learned it very quickly. Like the song just stuck to us, I felt like. And so it's like, okay, God is in this. This is good. but it was stressful because you wanted to honor the vision and how you were hearing it. And we did have to beat you up just a little bit because you was trying to be right timid and not really tell us what you wanted. Like, what you want, man? Tell us. Is it right? Is this what you're hearing? Right? So it was mildly stressful, but the good stress, not the fight you. I'm never singing nothing you write again kind of stress. But
And the thing is, I remember, and I know, and Jocelyn and Shayna probably will hit me one day because they tell me to stop testing people, stop giving people tests without them knowing it. Because in my mind, I was like, okay, like, I'm the person who will say, oh, they didn't actually get the voice memo because, the phone thing. Like, okay, so maybe we shouldn't sing it. And then I was like, all right, so like if we try to learn it, maybe it's gonna fall apart, and that'll be my reason to not do it. And I was like, dang it. They're like, they have caught it. Shayna was doing her little dance already. Tandela was like, "Oh, I like this." And I will say, like, if Tandela likes a song, it makes my heart like jump because she's not a hard critic at all, but like music like means a whole lot to you. And you always like, oh, it's a bop, it's a whatever. And she was like, oh, I like this. I was like, oh, okay, we did something.
And I think with that though, I had the opposite, I think, feeling than Jocelyn. I was like, ooh, okay, this is the visionary. If we sing it like he wants it, like we got to sing it like you wanted it, type of thing, instead of it being a voice in mind, a tone in mind, a Baptist holler in mind. Like we literally got to create what was in your mind. We got to do the timing. I think that was the hardest part. Was the timing. I was like, you want us to?
You can blame the band for that one.
It was Mario, and he was like, "No, take a pause," and I was like, "That don't make sense." But when it clicked, and I was like, "We got to sing it how he wanted it, how it was envisioned, and stuff like that." So I liked being able to do it how the writer, the visionary, wanted it. It was comforting.
It was something. It was
comforting. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I'd say the same. It was just great to be part of the process and have you in the room. And yes, we had to kind of drag out what you wanted it to sound like. But yeah, once we got there, then it was all great.
I promise I'm slowly getting better, slowly, but it's coming. It is coming. So then, okay, so there was the rehearsals. So then we take us to like an inside moment, if you will. So our final rehearsal the night before. So for those, again, most people will not know this, but I'm trying to do a document, like every time I say I'm going to document the process of an event, and it just never quite happened. I don't have enough hands, not enough storage, a phone fall apart. Like I tried to record the making of the song and my phone died. So, but anyway, this will have to suffice. But the night before we had a dress rehearsal, if you will. But then I think everyone left that rehearsal feeling good. I know I did not feel good going into it. But the day of the event, I feel like we were all very calm and like I felt like we were the most like comfortable that I feel like we've ever been. But what was it like presenting a brand new song to the audience? Because we all here are a part of worship teams and choirs and things of the above, and there are times on Sundays where people are in it with you, and then there are times on Sundays where you're like, is this thing on? Like, do y'all know? But what, if you can remember, if you can recall, like, what were your thoughts presenting it to the audience? Because it's one thing to do it in the Lockhart's house where it's peace and safety minus like kids running around. That's the only like chaos that's there. But like, and yeah. So like, what do you guys think about the night of?
Yeah. So I mean, I think for me, I don't know that I was that concerned about the people catching it, just because
we didn't write the song.
No, I mean, no, it's because like we all had the vibe, like we all enjoyed the song, and so like that's really all that mattered, right? Like, because you don't really have control over what the people, what they're, how they're gonna receive it. Like
No.
we did what we were supposed to do. And so I think, yeah, I wasn't all that concerned. It was great that they did catch on and they enjoyed it. But even if they didn't, that was okay. I
I
mean,
was
not
honestly shocked by how well they caught on to it, like, and quickly. Like, listening back to the recording and like the room mics that Mario set up, I was like, oh, they were actually singing. Because, like, again, for those who have never been, the lights are down, so you can't really see. And that's purposeful because I haven't got to the point where I can I can effectively talk to people if I could see them yet. But the lights are down, you can't really see people's reactions, and for some reason I can't. I really think the Lord prevents me from hearing people. Because it's what's weird is that at church I can hear people, but during these events I can't hear a thing. So, like, I have no idea. I don't know what reactions are happening. I have no idea what's going on. But on a Sunday morning, I can hear all the church noise of the life. We all go to the same church. So,
It's
but
so
that's,
interesting because the people are making all kinds of noise. Not
and
noise in a negative way, but like talk back, singing out. You don't hear any of that.
when so the podcast portion will be up on YouTube by the time this is out. And
Mhm.
so people's reactions to the stories and the things, like, I heard enough. I heard the your children were on the front row. So I heard them, but they're also loud. and I
They are, child.
You
and
can
I
always hear
appreciate it.
them.
Right. But as far as, like, when I listened back, I was like, oh, there was like a lot of, like, okay, cool. This is nice. So yeah, no, I really don't. I don't hear it. And that's okay. I guess it's okay. I don't know. We'll see. Um
I think you have the right, and I mean, I truly believe this process is ordained by God. I think you have the right people because I don't. Our experiences as praise and worship leaders and singing in church, all those things. I don't pay no attention to the audience because I'm not there for them. I mean, this one of the
mhm,
reasons why I chose gospel music, Christian events, faith based things, because we're there for the glory of God. And I think throughout the process, you were very transparent in sharing with us what the song meant to you. Like, and so we were able to immediately connect to it. So we sing for the glory of God. And I mean, my God, if we wait for audiences, Lord, we'll never be satisfied. You can't trust people. People are crazy. Who knows what they want? And so it was exciting. I mean, I could hear the people in the room that night.
oh, that's good.
What's going on with you? But they immediately joined in and started singing and were with it, which only helps, with the momentum and the
Mhm.
energy in the room. So I think the night of it was very good. I am usually more nervous for these events because of you and the way that you approach these things. I know how much it means to you, and being a part of it, I'm overly conscious of making sure that I'm not doing anything to detract from it or take away from it or anything like that. So I feel like the night of, I was like, Lord, let the people understand the song and let us remember all the words and the timing. I didn't want to get frowned at. Mario frowns at us. I didn't want to get frowned at. It's such a stern look he can have.
Mhm.
And so I was hopeful that it went well, and I felt like it really went well. I felt like we had done it well at the end of it. So
Yeah.
that's it.
And so for everybody who hopefully will go listen, stream the song, you actually are hearing the first pass of us doing it that night. We ended up doing it twice. But this version, the first time is like the full rendition of the song. I think the second time it was closing and it was like people kind of knew it a little bit. So we skipped a little. I put moved us on a little moved us on a little more. So I enjoyed the energy. To be honest, I like the energy of the second one more, but as after some realizations, like, I skipped some parts, so realizing the first one was a more comprehensive version of the song. But there will be, I guess, when this comes out, there will be another version on YouTube from Holy Hoodlum this year as well. So you'll have versions to choose from, versions to peruse from. So looking forward to that. So in terms of um, so the concept of the valley, and Shayna, you can truly say no. Shayna encouraged me to really push this song out because she shared a testimony, like a real live real, like in the moment, like story that like the Lord was talking to her that day. So if you would be willing to share that, that would be cool. If not, we'll just move on.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. When Justin came over and we were learning the song, we were sitting on the couch and he was teaching someone else. I don't know who, but I was sitting on the couch and I picked up my phone and I was getting all these messages. I'm like, what is going on? And it was someone from offering me a job. And like they were on everything, all of my emails, my work email, my personal email, text messages. I'm like, what is happening? And it was that moment we were singing that song and it was on the chorus. You can lead me, but please don't leave me. I will go as long as you're always there. And we were going over that, the timing is everything. And we were going over the timing of that verse. And it was like I clearly heard the Holy Spirit say, do not take that job. And I was like, wait, now, hold on, Jesus. Now, hold on. Don't take the job. Like, the job is a good thing. And was like, don't take the job. So I was like, okay. Put my phone down. I did not send the email immediately because I was like, God, you gotta make sure. I need to make sure that you make sure that this is what you
That
really
you're
need.
sure that this is what you
Yeah,
want. Yes.
that you're sure that I'm sure that you're sure that I need to not take this job. And so I did. By the end of the night, I did go ahead and send the emails like, no, I'm not, thank you for the offer, but I'm not going to take this opportunity. Please, look forward to further conversations in the future. And if there's anything that would fit, my skill level, please let me know. Great conversation. It ended. Fast forward to this year, and the position that I would have taken, I would have been unemployed at this point. And so I was super grateful, and it just gave me another appreciation for the song. Like, really, Lord, if you're not there, I don't want it. And as long as you're with me, I will go and I'll stay where I am, even if I feel like it's in the valley, even if I feel like my current situation is not where I hope to be, I will stay there as long as you're with me. Like, as long as your presence is with me, I'm able to sustain and continue on. And so I'm super grateful for this song because I think this song stuck to me and stuck with me. And really, that chorus, like, I just randomly sing it. All of my children know the song, not from the performance, but because it's like a part of my everyday, like, just singing out loud type thing. And so it really is like, that's my heart. If you're not there, I don't want it. And wherever you lead me, I will go. I want to do what you say. And so my answer is yes, whatever that means. And so, yeah, no matter where that is, even if it's in the valley, I'll be okay. He'll be with me. We'll make it out some way.
Yeah. I think when you told me that story, I was just like, oh, like, because I think sometimes we don't like. You just there's like a T-shirt out there that says like, "I'm just trusting God, bro," and I feel like I'm just whatever. I'm just doing it because I don't see, like, I see fruit for sure, but you don't really know, like, Jocelyn's favorite, my least favorite, but his favorite scripture to tell me is like, we see and we prophesy in part, so like we don't get the whole picture. But like when Shayna told me that, I was like, wow, okay. So like I stop in that moment because like it shows that the song really means something. But also I think it's encouragement for those who have like gifts or products or services or whatever the Lord has called you to do. Like, just put it out there because you never know who it's going to impact. And I think like we don't know. And I think for me, I think it's cool when it's somebody I know as well. And it's like, wow, like I really have that story is near. It's like near and dear. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. No, the Bible says that creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. Like, the world is waiting for us to do the things that he's called us to do so that they can ultimately be pointed back to him. And we're not all songwriters, we're not all singers, we're not all, you know, creatives in that way, right? But we are creative. God has called us to do something. And whatever that something is, there is someone waiting on the other side of that. And you doing it, stepping out, just trusting him will allow them to go a little further in their journey and point them back to him. Yeah.
Don't keep them waiting, people. Jocelyn told us, I think it was the worship department meeting, maybe, I don't know. But he told us to Kristen. I don't know. It was sometime this year. But he was like, it's release it season. Like just
Let it
release
out. It's
That
let it out
season. That's what it was.
That's
So yeah. So just whatever it is, just let it out. And of course,
let it out.
stream the song too, because at some point I gotta pay these people. So we need some residuals to flow in, because the people, I can't keep just feeding them and giving them shirts. They are all professionals. They are all hardworking individuals. They need something. So as far as, I guess, switch a little bit. So we've done a couple original songs now. So we've done For You, He Is For You, and then The Valley. So which was the hardest song to learn, and then which has been your favorite song to sing?
The Valley's my favorite. Yep.
I'm
And I think
so shocked.
I think the
remember
most
these other
difficult is For
You said you don't
You,
remember?
the ooze.
For
Oh,
you.
For
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But what is the Here's For You one?
The O's.
We
The
only did that. We only did that one
ooze.
once. I had PTSD from that song, but
Oh.
I would say The Valley is probably my favorite because it had a little bop to it. For You was probably the hard one because I hate going high.
Oh, for you has that.
The-
oh yeah.
Yeah, that one is definitely a little
I'm like,
technical.
Kristen, he meant it? Is
Right.
that higher?
Right.
Tandela needs her own
We're
camera
singing
when
with
we.
Shayna.
Right.
I
Tandela
wasn't
needs
there. I
her
was
own
up.
camera. She needs her own camera in those moments, because when we go to a high part or an inversion, she'd be quick to look at Kristen and be like, "You sure? Is this what we mean?" Because it was up there. No, Clay. Funny thing about that part. So when I sent the original, that's probably the most detailed I ever sent a memo. Like I sent the parts and everything or whatever. But when we got to the O's, he told me the O's were like the O's that I created. I feel like his exact words. He'd probably be mad if I say this out loud. That he said they were messy and unpurposeful.
Oh,
So he rewrote them. He made them to be clean and purposeful.
Wow.
But they were a lot higher than I originally put them. I'm just letting y'all know. So y'all know they were, yeah.
So blame Clay is what I hear you saying.
Blame
But
Clay.
I'm high notes.
Yeah.
unpurposeful.
We're gonna call him one of these days. Call him back and say, "Sir, this is you." But it's beautiful how he wrote it. But it was like, woo,
Gorgeous.
that's up there.
Yeah.
That's really up
Yeah.
there. So yeah, so that was that. So then I guess what advice would you guys have for people going through a valley season?
I think, oh, yeah. So find a scripture that will sustain you. I'm always about keeping something before you, right? And the Bible talks about that, like write it on the tablets of your heart and keep it before you. Like it can be one scripture. Now, there's a lot of scriptures in this whole Bible, right? So you can take a few. But if all you can do is stand on one, that's cool. Stand on it and like stand on it through that season and don't allow anything to shake you. I have had several seasonal scriptures, right? Things that you kind of hold on to when you're going through situations. And the word is the word and it won't change. And it's something you can hold God to. And he holds himself to his word. Like he's not a man, he cannot lie. So like, if he said it's going to happen, and that's what we can stand on no matter what season, valley, mountaintop. If he said it, it's going to happen. So find a word and stand on it.
Do you have before somebody else goes, do you have a scripture or two that you would share right now?
Oh, so my scripture is Luke 1:45. Blessed is she who believed, for there shall be a performance of those things told to her by the Lord. It's going to happen.
That's a good old Virgin Mary. Word from the angel.
Yeah.
That makes me think of Christmas, which makes me very happy. Now
It
we
makes
need,
you smile.
as I see
Yeah.
Jocelyn roll his eyes in the camera, but it just makes me so
Yeah.
happy. Someone should just start singing "Oh Holy Night."
Christmas is in December. Christmas is
Christmas in
Christmas in
July,
July.
actually.
Perfect.
May I be released from this conversation?
So Luke 1:45. Okay. What else from anybody else? Advice for people going through a valley season.
I think I would add community. I know during the valleys that I have been in, community has been a thing, and not just any community. God fear. Oh no, 10%. God fearing community. If I go away, you know why. I would say God fearing, God following community. That includes prayers throughout the day. It includes text messages. It includes check-ins, accountability. Because I think the devil oftentimes, and not even the devil, because I feel like we give a lot of credit to the devil sometimes, but valleys can seem isolating. We can create in our mind isolation. And that kind of furthers that valley season. It may prolong the valley season as well. But I think there is power in community. There's power in a praying warrior, a praying sister, a praying, anything for that season to get up, to remind yourself, to keep you accountable, that God is God. You have to remember that and be reminded.
Yeah, so I guess along the lines of community, I'm a firm believer that to want more, you have to see more. So like talk to someone who has, is on the mountain that you are trying to get to, right? Because a lot of times I think we sort of idolize people in their positions, but if you really talk to them and get to know their story, you'll understand that they too have been in a valley. And so it's like, if you can see that, oh, this is where they are now, and they were able to endure and withstand all those things, I can do it too. Because yeah, it is very isolating when you don't have that vision to see that actually I can do this. So.
Cool. Yeah.
I agree.
Want more, see more. That's good. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was going to say I agree with all of that. What's coming to mind and heart now is cry out to God. I think we sometimes we can take for granted, especially those of us who have been in valleys before, right? People who've been saved a while, been around church for a while. There is something powerful in crying out to God. Like we get in the habit of doing things and we serve and we work and we go, but are we actually crying out to God? The scripture, the Lord delights in a broken and contrite spirit, that spirit that will come to him saying, God, help me. Right. And so making sure that during the valley, during those moments, you really are crying out to God, in addition to seeking support and talking to people. But are you praying about your situation to the Lord? Right. To like actually talking to God about it, because we can get in the habit of just going through to go through. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. But we're not necessarily crying out to God. So being sure that you are indeed crying out to God, praying about the situation and waiting for an answer from him is absolutely key as well.
That's really good. That's really good. That's really good advice from everyone. I guess to wrap it up, my final question would be, if we had to sell this song to an artist, dead or alive, who would you sell it to for them to sing it, perform it, minister it? Like, who would you want to like lead and sing this song?
That is a
Chandler.
great question.
Chandler all day.
I'm okay. Not a controversial, but like Chandler with Maverick or Chandler by himself. I just need the full picture.
Ooh, I'm gonna go
Messy.
No,
by himself.
I just need to know who's gonna be behind. Okay, Chandler by himself. Okay,
Tasha.
Tasha, that'll get you your holler at the
Yeah.
at the end.
I don't know how it may go, how she may take it. Like that's the thing when you ask us to think of somebody else to sing it, that might
Yeah.
give a different version, different rendition.
Are they rewriting? Are they rearranging?
No, we'll keep it simple. No, they would do it as
See,
is.
and I see her more for the chorus towards the end.
Okay.
I don't know for the front. Maybe like a BET Awards gospel section or something where you have different people doing it.
There you
You're
go.
testing me with the question.
Don't be stressed. Don't be stressed. Be stressed about
Ooh,
that
John-
10% battery, but not.
Right?
8%.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I think for me, Jonathan Nelson and Purpose. And Purpose. You gotta get the
And
Purpose.
purpose.
Did I steal it from you, sir?
See,
got
I
it?
was thinking, I was going in my mind, Jason or Jonathan. I was like,
Oh,
which
but see,
one? Like, let Jason sing it.
At the
And
beginning.
Purpose can
sing.
sing it.
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah, I get
Like a
that.
duet
Yeah.
situation.
I can see that. I
I
think
can
would-
see
Jason
it.
would give us
I would
those
think-
verses real clean and good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I was thinking like an Anthony Brown and either an Anthony Brown and like Travis Green combo or a Chandler Moore and Kiera Sheard combo.
oh,
Yeah, I can see Travis for the verses.
Mm-hmm.
With the guitar? Okay.
The MD would like there to be an acoustic. I think he's planned a
An
whole
acoustic
album
version?
off of one song. He would like because he tells me all the time I need to learn how to play guitar so I can play with them. But he's not gonna stress me out because that man be calling out chords and numbers, and I want to learn the song. If I learn the song, I need to play the
Wait,
song as I learned it.
I have a question. So is the acoustic guitar in the same version with this Baptist churchy ending? Because how do we get there? Oh, okay.
No. That's separate.
No, it
separate,
would have to be
separate.
different.
He said there was
Okay.
like he was calling this like the one as we know it is like the standard version, and then he wanted more of like a choir version, and then he wanted more of like a acoustic
Okay.
like a Jonathan
and then just
McReynolds version, acoustic kind.
Oh yeah. Doe. I can see Doe.
Mm.
That would make your children
Yeah.
happy. They would
Either
love that.
one, Jonathan or Doe, they would be thrilled.
Thrilled.
Bless God.
That's cool.
There you go.
Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for your time here, your continued time in all of these events and songs and prayers and all of the above. It is not without notice. It is your support is invaluable. So these amazing voices are on the song. I will say they sound great, but it's not perfect. I'm just gonna be honest. We talked about this in the last one because I don't think they really knew that they were recording it. And we didn't, we talked about this and with the band of like my issue with like perfection of like how it bothers me now that music is so perfect because I feel like it can be discouraging to people because like there are certain songs that you're like I can never sing that, but in reality they didn't even really sing it either. And I think that's one of the negative parts of being part of the music industry and knowing some things that the average person doesn't know. Like y'all never sang. Y'all sang that once and they copied and pasted. It copied and pasted. It copied and pasted. But anyway, so this is a true, raw, real, but good recording. So one day, I think we had told the band has decided that we are going to actually record all of these original songs next year and put out an EP of sorts, a full studio type of thing. I don't know who's paying for that. So
Jesus
whoever is
gonna
watching, if you have anybody who wants to pay, because now I got a car note, so my slush fund is it's down. Yes, but that's it. I know, but thank God I can afford it. But who was funding an album? I don't know what to tell you. But thank you guys again. Yeah, that's it. So go stream the song. It's out on all streaming platforms. And yes,